So this was double boxed. No art box, but 2 brown boxes. Here's the shirt. Thick straps holding the foam. Here's layer 1. We got the Wolverine Venomized head. And we have the arms that have the claws. 2 tongues on top. They are similar, but they are different. See, the end's a little different on that one. Piece of the symbiote. Second layer of box A. The only thing I'm noticing is some dust on the pieces, but I'll blow them off. I'm not worried about that. So everything's looking good so far. Second box, and this has the certificate of authenticity. Here's the first layer of the second box. Here's the second layer, the base. And the headstand. Some more symbiote pieces. Here's my hand next to this. See how massive it is? Just wanted to get a quick 360 of this so you can appreciate the base and all the sculpting done to it. Once the figure's on, I'm sure it's going to hide some of it. The detail in the skulls and the sculpting is very, very good. Really enjoy it. And then on this one side that you've seen has a full rib cage and skeleton pretty much. Very nice. Venom keyed in very nicely, super smooth, very snug, fit in the keys perfectly. Just wanted to show you real quick that there is felt around the keys for the heads. I'm not sure if they're all like that, but this particular one is. So there's felt to protect the keyhole or key. Here's the bottom of the headstand. What's going on, YouTube? No seat today because it's snowing out and my seats were wet. So I know what you're thinking. What the hell's this guy doing with no jacket on in the snow? It actually warmed up a little bit today. So moving around 50-pound statue boxes gets you a little warm and worked up. This one you're not going to need instructions to put together. There's a good amount of pieces. There's a lot of symbiote pieces to worry about and stuff, but everything has its own shaped key. and nothing can go in the wrong place, so you're good. You don't need instructions for this one. Figured I'd put him with the Wolverine, Venomized Wolverine look first, which looks so much better in person. Overall, the statue is very nice. It's much nicer in person than what I've seen in pictures. I'm noticing right away they did like a gloss in certain spots to the veins, and it's almost mimicking like the Prime One paint app for the veins with the gloss on it, because the statue has more of like a satin finish, and then there's gloss on the veins. So I appreciate that. I like it. I know in early painting heads, he showed me the work in progress to the gums, and they were really pink like the Prime One, which when you look at the Prime One, you don't notice it until you take the head off by itself and put it next to another Venom statue, and you can see the gums are very bubblegum pink. So when he sent me the pictures, I noticed that right away, and I mentioned to him that some other Venoms have darker gums with darker reds, and they look more menacing. So he listened and changed the color up a little bit, and I think it was for the better. It's definitely no more bubblegum pink. It's more of pinks and reds. It's a good color. I like it. I like the color of the teeth. I was worried that they were too dark. I would say that on these portraits here, the teeth might be slightly darker. It might just be that they used a little bit more shading on them. This one definitely has the darkest set of teeth, the closed mouth. I'll show you up close of them in a minute. I'm super impressed with this. The Wolverine heads have felt around the key, and I think that's because they're heavier. So they wanted them to fit snugger and didn't want to have a chance of falling. All the pieces that had to go together fit great. I didn't have to push any of them in to get them to sit flush. They went right on. They're snug, but the magnets are strong enough that it holds them no problem. The only thing I really see is dust. Dust, and on one of my tongues there's the tiniest little bit of a chip. It's on this one actually, which you won't be able to see it from this far, but there's a tiny little chip on the drool, but it's not even anything you'll notice looking at the statue. You'd have to be up close really picking it apart. So all the seams are good on the arms. The keys were huge. Super impressive piece. I think it's definitely worth the money it cost. 100%. Alright, let me show you some other versions with the switch outs without a Wolverine. I'm perfectly good with the sperms. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like them. They're alright. I think if you really want to get rid of them, you could probably pull this one apart and paint it or sculpt over it, or you can have someone that works on statues and you could get rid of them completely. You could fill the holes in. It wouldn't be a hard thing to do for a statue guy that can fix and repair and paint statues. Be no problem for him. If you really wanted this without the sperms, you could probably even ask them to make plugs for you. That way you could still use the sperms in the future if you ever want to, or for resale purposes. He has a lot of purples in the black and blue, which I didn't notice that. I like it. It's cool. I'm cool with purple and Venom. I just wish it was a little more blues in it maybe. I don't know, because overall he's a bluish black. It's very close to black, but with all the purples, and I'm sure there's some type of base layer that's got blues in it. But the highlights that you see bouncing off in the sun are purple. I'm sure inside it'll look different. It won't be as vibrant. Alright, I'll show you the switch outs now. Here it is with the other switch outs. This is the one without the tongue. And no claws on the arms or hands. The claws feel very nice. They look very nice. They're painted very well. The claws are very nice on the switch outs that I took off. They aren't metal, but they look like they could be. Like I said, I'll get close-ups of the portraits. Let me just show you what they look like on. One other thing, these arms, these two switch out arms for his right arm has felt on it, just like these Wolverine heads. It's got felt on them. So that switch out arm has it. I'm thinking because it's hanging down, they want it to be snug and stay in there and not fall out. This arm up here, since it's up top vertical, they don't have felt on it. So there he is with the transformation, halfway to Wolverine or whatever you want to say. It's definitely different. Pretty creepy and crazy looking. Love the skulls on the base and the skeleton. It looks awesome. Really digging this piece for sure. Everything feels super solid on it. Be very careful with these. Go ahead and put this guy in the middle. There we go. This portrait fits best in this socket on the headstand. They can all fit in each one, but this one, it just fits it the best. Oh, almost took the tongue off. The tongues are held in with magnets. This head is super cool. Like it. I like the closed mouth too, but the teeth are kind of mushed together, you know. I mean, it's painted good. They look cool. I'll show you in the close-up what I mean. Another cool, very cool portrait. The seam is there, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Nothing too crazy. When you're viewing it from the angle that you're supposed to, you won't see it. Alright guys, close-ups. Alright, so here's the close-ups, just real quick, because my phone battery's getting low here. Trying to show you the seams on everything, how everything looks good. Look at the base. It's nails. Drool on the portrait. Very, very nice. Look at the logo. Alright guys, there's a look at the seam on the head. The stand is very large, it's basically a whole upper torso. Alright guys, until the next one. Here he is in his temporary spot. I will get him with the rest of my Venoms eventually.